When they reached the edge of the water, Jack set his heavy backpack down on the dry grass. He glanced around. No lions were in sight, but then he heard something. On the far side of the pond, something very big was coming out of the trees. Chapter 6 is called Spick and Span, and so when things are spick and span, it means they're super duper sparkly clean. "Be still," said Jack. Jack and Annie stood frozen as an elephant stepped out of the shadows. It waded into the pond and dipped its trunk in the water. How cool! "Oh, wow," said Annie. Jack breathed a sigh of relief. An elephant wasn't going to chase them or eat them. Still, the elephant was huge. "Let's sneak away," said Jack. "But I wanted to watch," said Annie. "Fine," said Jack. He was tired of Annie always getting sidetracked. That's kind of like distracted. "I'm going to solve the riddle all by myself," he said. "I'll meet you back at the treehouse." He turned to go, and then a spray of water rained down on him. It came from behind. He shouted with surprise and looked back. The elephant's trunk was pointing straight at Annie. "Cool," she cried. "He's given me a shower." Getting me all spick and span, all clean. The elephant sprayed her again, then again. The mud slowly rolled off her face, her braids, her t-shirt, her shorts, her legs, and her sneakers. "I guess the elephant doesn't like dirty kids," said Annie, laughing. Her eyes were squeezed shut. Finally, she was clean and soaking wet. "Now it's your turn," she told Jack. Jack stepped forward and shut his eyes tight. A blast of water hit him. It did feel like a shower, a really strong shower. When Jack was clean, the elephant let out a grunt. Then he started to splash himself with water. "Thank you," said Annie. "Yeah, thanks," said Jack. "Now I'm spick and span," said Annie. "When the sun dries me off, I'll be good as new." "Good," said Jack. "Now we can get serious." He picked up his heavy backpack. "We have to figure out the answer to this riddle so we can leave this place before we run into real trouble." He looked around nervously. But where are the lions? He wondered. A small bird started flying around his head. "Hi," said Annie to the bird, like she always does. Jack turned back to her. According to the riddle, we're looking for something gold and sweet. "What do you want?" Annie asked the bird. The bird tweeted and flew around Jack and Annie. Its feathers were dull and gray, but it had a bright, happy manner, so it was like really excited to see them. "Annie, listen to me," said Jack. Excuse me, friends. Not the bird. The bird kept fluttering around them. "She's trying to tell us something," said Annie. Jack let out a long sigh. "You're driving me crazy today," he said. "But I feel like she needs our help," said Annie. "Maybe her babies fell out of the nest." "Annie, you can't save every animal in Africa," said Jack. "The bird is important," said Annie. "Trust me." The bird darted towards the trees and landed on a branch, cocked its head, and looked at them. "See, she wants us to follow." The bird headed into the forest. Annie started after it. "Don't go in there," said Jack. "You might run into—" There was no need to finish. The bird and Annie had disappeared into the trees. "A snake or a lion?" said Jack to himself. "Come on, Jack!" Annie called out. Jack moaned. He pulled on his backpack and ran, the peanut butter jar thumping against his back. All right, now remember, who's higher on the food chain? Was Annie still dirty when she was scaring the hyenas? And how do we know that she was dirty when they were scaring the hyenas? All right, go and have a great day. I'll see you a little later, and goodbye for now. Love you lots.